Hey, if you live in Placentia and you're thinking about moving, there's something you should know. The bridge over there on Golden Avenue, just west of Rose, the Golden Avenue Bridge Replacement Project that is going on right now as we speak. Construction is now in progress. The bridge entered into a full closure phase February of this year, and I'm sure everyone that lives near there is fully aware of that. And part of the replacement work. That matters because it's just not a minor repair. The city says the project will replace and modernize the bridge with 12-foot vehicle lanes, new sidewalks, bike lanes, a striped median center, say that 14 times, hand railings, the related grading, drainage, utility and roadway improvements. In other words, this is a kind of infrastructure project people notice, not only because of the short time inconvenience, but because of what it could mean for how this part of Placentia functions once it's finished. Now, from a homeowner's perspective, there are really two sides of the story. Short term, a bridge closure is really disruptive. The city hosted detours using Placentia, McCormick Lane, Bastion Cherry Road, Rose Drive. So if you live nearby, you're dealing with the temporary change of traffic flow and inconvenience. This is the kind of thing buyers may ask about if they're looking to buy a home at the immediate area while construction is active. But in the long term, this is the kind of project sellers would keep an eye on because it can change how buyers view an area. The city has described the existing bridge as having been built in 1934, and official city materials say it was found functionally obsolete by Caltrans in 2005. The city has also noted the old bridge lacked sidewalks, bike lanes, which meant vehicles, pedestrians, and cyclists were working around narrower, older facilities. Replacing that with a safer, more modern connection is the sort of improvement that may improve neighborhood appeal over time. And here's an important detail for nearby homeowners. The closure affects only the bridge, and the access to the homes and properties along Golden Avenue will not be affected, with local access remaining available throughout the project. That distinction matters. And on March 10th, the city of Placentia posted on their Instagram that demolition of the bridge had begun, and the existing bridge structure is being taken out, which was expected to be completed by the end of the week. If you're driving super fast down that road and it's dark, slam on your brakes. So I'd frame the bridge project this way. In the near term, it may be a conversation point buyers ask about. In the longer term, it is the kind of city-backed infrastructure investment that can support safety, functionality, and overall buyer confidence in the surrounding area. I would not overstate that and say it automatically increases values, but it is exactly the kind of local project that can shape perception in Placentia and the surrounding neighborhoods. Now, beyond the bridge, another major official story in Placentia right now is the city's effort around specific plan number 5, the SP5 corridor. In a city spotlight posted February 23rd of this year, Placentia said it's advancing plans to revitalize the 19-acre area southwest Placentia into a mixed-use district. This tells us the city is actively identifying parts of the town that it wants to encourage reinvestment in. For homeowners, that kind of planning matters because buyers often respond to a sense of momentum. They want to know if the city feels static or if there's a thoughtful direction behind it. A corridor or redevelopment does not change a neighborhood overnight, but it's kind of a longer-term signal to buyers that, hey, city cares, and especially when people compare Placentia to neighboring cities. A related piece of that longer-term story is Old Town Placentia. Home is my favorite restaurant, El Farolito. Go there. And public improvements tied to official city materials on Enhanced Infrastructure Financing District, or EIFD, explained that the district was formed with Orange County to help fund infrastructure improvements around Old Town Placentia and the transit-oriented development Packing House District. The city also said it wants to carry out the Old Town Streetscape Master Plan as more complete effort rather than in scattered pieces. And there's a more practical citywide infrastructure work. Placentia's official capital improvement program says the adopted FY 2024-25 CIP includes 39 new capital projects totaling about $19.6 million. The city highlights projects involving roadway resurfacing, concrete repair, streetscape work, sidewalk replacement, and park improvements. That may not sound flashy, but it matters. Buyers absolutely notice whether a city looks maintained or whether it appears to be reinvesting in its streets, parks, and public areas. And the CIP pipeline is not just a list on a website. Official city agenda materials from October 7, 2025 show Placentia approving an over $1,970,000 contract for the fiscal year of 2024 and 25. residential street rehabilitation project. That tells you the city is not just talking about maintenance, it's putting real construction dollars into it. From the seller's perspective, these public improvement projects work in a subtle way. They do not create instant hype, but they can reinforce the impression that the city is stable, active, and taking care of itself. It can shape the overall experience of showing a home, and home buyers compare one community to another. Let's shift to housing development, because that is another area homeowners should understand. On the city's pending development project listed February 2025, Placentia shows a project at 440 North Jefferson Street for 143-story condominium town units. With approvals recorded in late 2024, this is a meaningful project. It adds a substantial amount of attached housing in the future inventory mix. For some sellers, more townhome inventory nearby may eventually create more competition at certain price points. For others, it may present broader neighborhood reinvestment and fresh attention from buyers who want new housing option. The same city development also shows a 68-unit affordable housing project on Baker Street. According to the city, the project has moved through administration approval and related to city council action. Whether people view affordable housing as positive, Placentia has a real development pipeline, is not standing still on housing. There are also smaller developments throughout the city, including additional existing commercial buildings and a few smaller residential projects. Those are not city defining on their own, but together they reinforce Placentia's commitment to improving the steady stream of construction. And there's the business activity, which homeowners often care about because it affects convenience and buyer perception. Placentia's official new Placentia Businesses Archive for January 2026 includes the city-listed businesses such as Cafe 86, Placentia, Golden State Coffee Roasters, Franco's Mexican Restaurant, and others. I want to phrase that carefully. These are official city-listed business records, so I'm not describing them as newly tracked city business. Actively, not independently verified grand openings beyond what the city itself has posted. But the city of Placentia did post on their Instagram that Double 3 opened, which serves boba teas, ice cream treats, and more. Still, the kind of activity matters. Buyers do not just look at the house, they look at lifestyle around it. Even modest new businesses activity can shape how current, convenient, and livable a city feels. So when looking at the picture, the city's official sources do not show a flood of major brand new announcements every week, and I think it's important to say that plainly. For homeowners and potential sellers, none of this guarantees any certain price outcome. It doesn't mean the prices are going to go up or down. But these are exactly the kinds of local changes that can influence buyers' perception, convenience, neighborhood momentum, and the future marketability. They are the kinds of things sellers should watch, not because they create hype, but because they help explain how buyers may view Placentia in the months and years ahead. If you own a home in Placentia and you want to walk through how these city changes may affect your home's position in today's market, especially if you're near Golden Avenue, Corridor, or Old Town, or one of these development areas, feel free to reach out to me for a free home evaluation. We can help you look at the specific neighborhood, your timing, and how buyers may respond to your home if it came on the market. Thanks for watching. Hope we gave you some valuable insight what's happening in the city of Placentia.